Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavad Paschatya Deshatarine. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Aradhya Bhagavan Brajesh Tanayas Tadham Vrindavanam Ramya Kachidupasana Brajavadhu Vargena Vakalpita Srimad Bhagavatam Pramanam Prema Pumartho Maha Shri Caitanya Mahaprabhu Matamidam Tatra Dharana Paraha Anarpita Charin Chirat Karunayavatirna Kalau Samarpayitum Unnatojvalarasa Swabhakti Shriyam Hari Purata Sundara Dyuti Kadamba Sandipita Sada Hridaya Sandare Spuratu Vashachi Nandana. Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Jagat Mangala Advaita Mangala Gunadhar Mangala Charitra Sada Mangala Janana.
Hare Krishna. We'd like to welcome all of our YouTube Live listeners, our listeners over Facebook Live, and our dear listeners over Zoom. Welcome to all of you to this day 39 of Sri Gauramrita. Before we proceed, we'd like to announce and congratulate the participants of the quiz session from day 38. We'd like to congratulate Hari Prasad Prabhu, Mother Flavia, Harini Sevika Mataji, Kirti, Vrinda Gopika Mataji, Radha Mataji, and Ranjani Gopika Mataji. Congratulations to all of you, and thank you so much for participating in the quiz session from last session.
So today in session 39, we'll continue to describe the transcendental treasure trove of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's youthful and devotional pastimes. We'll discuss the ecstasy of Lord Gauranga while witnessing the devotion of Sri Advaita Acharya Prabhu, how Sri Advaita Acharya Prabhu worships Lord Chaitanya, how he leaves Navadvipa to test Sri Gauranga Mahaprabhu. And a wonderful observation how in Krishna Lila, the elders of the pastimes, they tried to keep Sri Radha and Krishna away from each other. But in Gaura Lila, the elders wanted Gadadhar, who is none other than Radharani, to always stay with Lord Gauranga. Then how Lord Gauranga is absorbed in Mukunda's melodious Kirtans, different talk of the atheists in Navadvipa. Then we will conclude today's session by describing the Phala Stuti, the benefits that we receive by listening to these transcendental pastimes of Sri Gaura Hari. So in his Chaitanya Bhagavat, chapter 2, Madhya Lila, Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur describes the ecstasy of Lord Gauranga while he witnessed the devotion of Sri Advaita Acharya Prabhu. One day, Lord Gauranga and Gadadhar Pandit visited the house of Advaita Acharya Prabhu.
And then, entering the house of Advaita Acharya, they saw that Sri Advaita Acharya was very busy offering water and tulasi to the Lord. He was worshipping his worshipable Lord. And with raised hands, he was calling out, Hari, Hari. Sometimes he was laughing, sometimes he was crying. Completely, Sri Advaita Acharya Prabhu was completely oblivious of himself. And he was emitting loud, roaring sounds like a mad lion, full of raging fury, as if he was the incarnation of Lord Rudra, of Mahadev, Shiva Shambhu. And then Sri Vishwampara Rai, Sri Gauranga Mahaprabhu, when he saw Sri Advaita Acharya overcome with such amazing spiritual emotions, Sri Gauranga Mahaprabhu just fell down into the ground, completely unconscious. And because of pure devotional insight, Sri Advaita Acharya Prabhu could see that this personality, Lord Vishwampara, he was his most worshipable Supreme Personality of Godhead. And he thought, Advaita Acharya thought to himself, today, my Lord, today I have captured you. You are a thief. How you escape every time. But today, because you fainted, I have caught you today. All this time you have been hiding your real identity from me and from everyone else. But now somehow you have come here. You cannot always cheat me. I know who you are. And now I will cheat the supreme cheater. So this was the first time after coming back from Gaya that Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was visiting the home of Sri Advaita Acharya. So then Sri Advaita Acharya Prabhu, while Mahaprabhu was still unconscious, he made all elaborate arrangements to worship the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And when he brought in all the different paraphernalia to worship the Lord, he offered incense, he offered flowers, ghee lamp, and sandalwood paste to the body of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And he said, my Lord, over and over again, he was reciting one verse. One verse he was worshiping the Lord with. Which was that one verse? That one verse was, my dear Lord, you are the well-wisher of the cows and of the brahmanas, and you are the well-wisher of the entire human society and the world. Do we know which verse this is? This is the most famous verse that we recite every day when we make our bhoga offering to the Lord, which is Namo Brahmanya Devaya Go Brahmana Hitaya Cha Jagathitaya Shri Krishnaya Govindaya Namo Namaha. So repeatedly, again and again, by reciting this particular verse, Sri Advaita Gosai was worshipping the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Sri Gauranga Mahaprabhu. And Sri Advaita Acharya was so happy to recognize the Lord of his heart and that the Supreme Personality of Godhead had come to his home. He cried tears of loving joy, washing the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu with his loving tears. And he stood with folded hands before him and he worshipped the lotus feet of Sri Gauranga, chanting this one verse continuously. Gadadhar was also there, witnessing all of this and a little amused, but still being very, very respectful. Sri Gadadhar told Advaita Acharya, this is very respectful. So he said, oh Gosai, it does not befit you. You are the leader of all the Vaishnavas. Why are you behaving with someone so younger than yourself? He's a mere lad. Why are you giving him so much respect? Why are you giving him so much worship? It does not befit you, O Acharya. Why are you doing this? So then Advaita Gosai, he understood the mood of Sri Gadadhar. He understood that even Gadadhar is saying this because he wants to set the standard so that others later in the future should not ever misunderstand the position and the authority of Sri Gauranga Mahaprabhu. And thus, Advaita Acharya then roared. He roared back to Gadadhar and very laughingly he told Gadadhar, said, "Hey, Gadai, how long are you going to see this Lord as a mere lad? You think that he's just a young boy. How long are you going to consider him a young boy?" And Gadadhar simply laughed, because even Gadadhar knew who this wonderful personality is. That he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Gadadhar very well knew. So then after some time, Sri Vishwambhar, he regained his external consciousness, and he saw that Advaita Acharya was worshipping him, absorbed in ecstatic trance. And Sri Vishwambhar, immediately, as soon as he came back to external consciousness, he just withdrew himself and he hid his real identity. And with folded hands, he began offering praises and glorification of Sri Advaita Acharya Prabhu.
Then he offered obeisances to Advaita Acharya, touched his lotus feet. He took the dust and placed on his head. And then he said, "I surrender my life to you, Advaita Acharya Prabhu. You are a magnanimous person. Please be gracious to me. I am always your humble servant. And today, by seeing you, it's a blessing for me. And if you are merciful, I will be able to chant the holy name of Lord Krishna. You can destroy the darkness of Nishayans that is there. Because your heart is permanent residence of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Krishna." And in this way, he proved that the Supreme Lord is the most expert in glorifying his devotees. And Sri Advaita Acharya said to himself, "Okay, this is all okay, but today I have out-cheated the biggest cheats. And my Supreme Lord, to me, you are superior to everyone. Please remain here. I want to be with you, and I want to hear the wonderful transcendental pastimes of Lord Krishna, so that I may be able to see you all the time. Everyone has this desire to be with you and chant the glories of Lord Krishna." And then the Lord accepted it and appreciated Advaita Acharya's sentiment, and he went back to his house. Now Advaita Acharya was convinced that his dear Lord, for whom he had prayed, crying out by offering Ganga water to Tulsi leaves and to the Shaligram Shila, when he cried out several years ago, he has come. He has reciprocated. The Supreme Lord is here in the form of his own devotee. And so he left Navadvipa secretly and went to Shantipur to test his bond of affection with the Lord. He thought, if he is truly the Supreme Personality of Godhead, then I am his humble servant. He used to live very near Yogapit, where Lord Chaitanya Nimai was born. And now he moved his residence to Shantipur. And he said, if he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, he will certainly be able to tie me, his servant, with the bonds of love. And so Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur says, who is capable of understanding the mind of Sri Advaita Acharya?
Thus, after this incident, Sri Advaita Acharya secretly, with a mission in his mind, he leaves Navadvipa and he goes to Shantipur. And what he does there, how the Lord will go there in the future, and how he will fulfill this innermost desire of Sri Advaita Acharya Prabhu will be actually revealed in the forthcoming chapters. So in the forthcoming sessions, we will reveal this as Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur will reveal it to us. But now we can understand that how Advaita Acharya has now left from Nadia and gone to Sri Shantipur Dham.
Now, one day when Gadadhar Pandit came to see the Lord, he noticed that the Lord was hiding a betel leaf in his hand. He had a pan, like a betel leaf, he was hiding. And as soon as the Lord saw Gadadhar, he asked, where is that blackish boy who is dressed in yellow and radiant with blossom youthful beauty? Lord Chaitanya is asking Gadadhar. Such yearnings of the Lord for Krishna were truly heartbreaking and left everyone at loss of words. And so Gadadhar Pandit replied bravely, "This boy that you're talking about is Lord Krishna. He resides within your heart eternally." And when the Lord heard that, what? Krishna is residing in my heart, he began to pierce his heart with his nails, his chest with his nails. And then Gadadhar Pandit, he came near him and with great endeavor, he was able to calm him down. There, Krishna will come. Don't worry, just now he's going to come. Compose yourself. Please compose yourself. Then Mother Shachi saw how Gadadhar Pandit was able to pacify the Lord. Because when the Lord would get into these internal ecstasies about separation of Krishna, even Shachi Mata could not compose him, calm him, pacify him. But when she saw Gadadhar Pandit so wonderfully pacified, she was very satisfied with Gadadhar Pandit. She said, she felt, I've never seen anybody so intelligent as this young boy Gadadhar. I feel afraid to even comfort my Nimai. And this young boy, he has so intelligently, nicely pacified him. So she spoke to Gadadhar Pandit, Sachimata. Dear boy, please stay here always. Don't leave Nimai's company and go anywhere else. And because Mother Shachi, she would see Nimai as merely her son. And she would feel that Nimai is not an ordinary mortal. How is it possible for an ordinary human being to shed tears like gushing cascades of streams of water? I don't know which extraordinary personality is this Nimai. And so Mother Sachi was afraid to come in front of the Lord. And so Sri Gadadhar was requested that you please stay by the side of Lord Gauranga.
So we see that in Krishna Lila, the elders, especially the in-laws of Srimati Radharani, Jatila, Kutila, all of these ladies, they would actually keep Srimati Radharani and Krishna away from each other. They would create many obstacles for both of this divine couple to meet. And then the Sakhis and the Sakhas, they did many different planning and strategizing and so many different things. And then Shri Shri Radha Krishna would somehow meet in secrecy. In contrast, we see how in Sri Gaura Lila, in Gaura Lila, Sri Gauranga Mahaprabhu, who is Krishna himself, and Gadadhar Pandit, who is Srimati Radharani herself. The elders here, Shachi Mata, and everyone, they wanted to keep Gadadhar and Gauranga Mahaprabhu always together. They were always together in public. In Krishna Lila, they would meet in secrecy. But in Gaura Lila, they met in public, and it was known how it was only Gadadhar who could always pacify and comfort the Lord. So this is a very beautiful contrast that we see between Krishna Lila and Sri Gaura Lila. So Gaura Lila is more audarya, more magnanimous, more merciful. So how Srimati Radharani and Krishna are always united here within the same personality and also in externally in two different bodies as Gauranga and Gadadhar. Jai Shri Gaura Gadai ki Jai.
Then in the evening, all the Vaishnavas, they slowly assembled in Lord Chaitanya's house, and Sri Mukunda Mahashaya, he began reciting verses in a very sweet voice, melodious voice. And then Mukunda was blessed with such a beautiful voice that as soon as the Lord heard him recite, he would go into an ecstatic trance. And he very loudly, he resounded the Lord's holy name, like roaring like a lion. And he would lose his balance and he would fall in all different directions. And then it was very difficult for devotees to hold him. And these ecstatic symptoms were manifesting with him simultaneously. He expressed apprehension and laughter. He would laugh sometimes, he would tremble, he would roar, all these different emotions. And devotees, they were just filled with amazement at this wonderful sight, how the Lord is so absorbed in love of God. And that slowly, slowly, gradually increased in intensity. Then the whole night passed in Kirtan as if it was just a moment. And in the early morning hours, the Lord came out of his trance. And then this kind of thing, day and night, the Lord would be absorbed in the nectar of Kirtan, chanting the holy name. He had already begun propagating the holy name, and seeing him, all the devotees' sufferings were actually destroyed. Then, because these kirtans would go day and night, their kirtan disturbed the non-devotees.
And the atheistic population, they became very, very enraged, very disturbed. And they would, form a group and they would start criticizing the devotees. Someone would say, I cannot even sleep at night. The other person would comment, oh, all this screaming and shouting, it will enrage the Supreme Lord. What do they think? That, if they chant so loudly, it is going to please the Lord. No, no, no. Even the Lord will get irritated with so much loud chanting. So these people, they avoid philosophy and speculative knowledge, and they behave so arrogantly, just sentimentally. They're crying and joking and laughing. What is this? This loudly, loudly roaring. And then one of them said, actually, behind all of these things, no, it is this one person only. It is this Shrivas and his three brothers. You see, in his house only. Because by this time, Advaita Acharya had gone away from Navadvipa, remember? So it was Shrivas Thakur who was now the leader of the Vaishnavas here in Navadvipa. So then these atheistic people, they rounded up and they said, actually, the Shrivas, in his house only, everybody gets together. What is this? These Shrivas and his three brothers, they get together and scream, Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. They are just like madmen because they are so hungry. Actually, they don't have anything to eat. So they have, hungry stomach. So that is why they are wailing in their hunger. Oh, Krishna, Krishna, like this they are doing. The whole country will be ruined because of this Shrivas and his three brothers. And today, you know what? Today, I have heard that the king's court, they will send two boats. Two boats are coming in the Ganga. And government officials are coming to capture the Shrivas. And anyone who sings Kirtan in Nadia will be captured by these government people. This is the order of the king. I warned. I had told you even before. See, when Vishwarup was also there, I had told you before. Let us take the Shrivas' house and float it down the Ganga. You'll never listen to me. Now suffer. What is this? Now see, it is too late. Danger is coming. The king's order. Two government boats are coming. So then another person said, why do we care? If the government men come, we'll say, we are not Shrivas. We'll just push Shrivas in front. They'll take Shrivas and go. Finish. Our headache gone. Shrivas will go from Navadvipa. Our headache is gone. So then the Vaishnavas, when they would hear such kind of rubbish talks of the atheists, they would just simply take shelter of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And by remembering Sri Krishna, they would, all their fears would just completely get evaporated. And they would say that whatever the Supreme Lord Sri Krishna Chandra wants will happen, and that will be for the best. This was the faith of the Vaishnavas, that whatever will happen will be for the best. They knew it was actually a confirmed thing that two government boats were coming filled with security officials because of the complaints that had gone. So we will see how it is going to happen tomorrow, how this Lila is going to be revealed tomorrow. But the faith of the Vaishnavas was that whatever will be for the best. And as long as Krishna is there with us. Why do we have to fear from anyone? This was the faith of the devotees. So therefore, they just continued to depend on the chanting of the holy names. They just continued their service, being fearless, having taken shelter at the lotus feet of Sri Krishna Chandra.
So we'll end our discussion here today and continue tomorrow as to what happened to Srivas Thakur. It is said whoever reads, whoever listens, whoever speaks about these special interactions of the Lord with his dearly beloved devotees like Advaita Acharya, like Gadadhar Pandit, like Mukunda, they'll be immediately elevated to the position of eternal servant of Lord Krishna, and love for Krishna will be firmly established in their hearts.
Hari 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 Bo.
Ekhane rohila grantha Amrita lahari badan bhare ekbar bolo Hari 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 Hari.
So today for the Kirtan, we would like to dedicate the Kirtan for all of our regular devotees whom we have been praying for, like for the family of Anjali, for the family of Mother Flavia, for the family of Mother Bhashini Mataji and Kirti, for the family of Radha Mataji from Hyderabad, Keshavi from Hyderabad, Shweta Manjari Mataji from Hyderabad, and for all the other devotees. And we especially pray today for one of the family members of our very dear Benita from Mumbai. Her cousin is in quite a little critical condition. So we request all Vaishnavas to kindly pray, and we dedicate this Kirtan for Kanhai, and we also pray for Sangeeta Akka's daughter. Yes, Keshavi, we dedicate the Kirtan for her too. And we dedicate this Kirtan for Benita's cousin, Kanhai. May Lord Nrsingadev protect all these wonderful, wonderful devotees. Hare Krishna. Chakshurunmilitam Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Nityanande. Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshadarine. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasvani Gaura Bhaktavrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Rama, Rama Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Rama, Rama, Rama Rama, Hare
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Jai Shri Gauranga Mahaprabhu ki,
Jai.
Lila Prabhupada ki,
Jai.
Gaura Bhakta Vrinda ki.
Jai.
So before we open for questions, today's the quiz questions here. First, which verse did Advaita Acharya Prabhu recite to worship Sri Gauranga Mahaprabhu? Second, what is the request of Mother Shachi to Gadadhar Pandit? Third, what is the contrast between Krishna Lila and Gaura Lila?
Fourth, why did the atheists criticize the Vaishnavas? Fifth, how did the Vaishnavas remain fearless?
Sixth, what is the benefit of listening to these transcendental pastimes?
Haribol. Thank you so much, Ranjani Gopika, for these very, very beautiful quiz questions. So now,
Is there any questions or comments we can take now?
so good to see such wonderful participation today. We are very grateful to everyone who joined in today. Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji and Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
I just expressed my feelings in the chat. Could you do that? Because I'm not well. I'm on steroids right now.
Oh, Krishna.
Vijay,
Yes, yes.
okay.
So I'd appreciate it if I express my appreciation also in the chat.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, and we pray that you feel better soon. And
Thank you.
You just remember Krishna and chant his holy names, hear his pastimes. He will definitely take care. And we are personally also praying for your speedy recovery back to health so you can perform devotional service next.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Our prayers for you, Mataji. We pray to Lord Nrsingadev to continue to keep you in his transcendental protection.
Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you, Mataji. Hare
Hare Krishna. Thank you. Bhakti Priya.
Hare Krishna, Mataji and Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam, all the Prabhu.
So good to see you.
Thank you, Mataji. I missed you all.
We missed
Thank
you
you for such a
too.
beautiful session, Mataji. It was really nice. And I missed your session so much after so many days.
Yes, I know you had your exams. So now it's all done. So now you're free.
Yes, Mataji. Now I have holidays.
Good.
Mataji, 1 minute I like to show.
Oops, you're gone. Okay. Oh, your deities. Beautiful. Jai Shri
Vande Shri Krishna Chaitanya Nityananda Sahuditau Gauroday Pushpavantau Chitrau Shantau Tamau
Jai Shri Gaurnitai ki jai. Beautiful, beta.
Thank you, Mataji.
Thank
Hare
you.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
I don't have any questions, Mataji. Just comment.
Okay, thank you, beta. Thank you so much for coming live and letting us see you. Thank
Hare
you.
Krishna, Mataji. Thank you, Mataji. And Prabhuji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Any other questions or comments? If not, we can end here. Thank you so much for your comments and your prayers to us and for encouragement to continue this in your service. Thank you so much for accepting our service. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. Ananta Koti Vaishnav Vrinda ki jai. Namacharya Shri Haridas Thakur ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Gaura Bhakta Vrinda ki jai.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Hare Krishna Mataji. Thank you very much for a beautiful Kirtan in class. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna Mataji Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji Prabhuji. Thank you so much for everything you all
Hare
did.
Krishna, Mataji.
The lesson was
Prabhuji.
excellent. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji Prabhuji, thank you so much.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam.
Hare
Thank you, Shri Radha. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji Prabhuji, thank you so much for your prayers and the Kirtan Mataji.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Benita. We pray that Kanhai feels better soon. Hare
Thank you, Mataji. I'm sure he
Hare
will by
Krishna,
your prayers.
Hare Bol, Hare Bol.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam.
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna Mataji, Prabhuji, Koti Koti Dandavat Pranam. Thank you so much for your association.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Hare Krishna Prabhuji,
Hare
Dandavat
Krishna,
Pranam.
Hare
Thank you
Dandavat.
so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for everything.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Hare Krishna Prabhuji, Dandavat Pranam. Thank you so much for the beautiful class.
Hare Krishna, thank you.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. Thank you so much for the
Hare
sessions. Hare Krishna.
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Bol.